Shabnam, take over. Well, thank you. David, it's not about you. Even for your speech, I said assertive presentation. Throughout the whole speech, I felt that. It was very, you started off with breaking it down and explaining what you were going to do and breaking down the outline of your speech, which made it clear to follow and know where you were going and where you were heading with your speech. And then you explained to us that there's a fine line between assertive and aggressive. And you define them very well as well. That what are we looking for when we're looking for being assertive versus aggressive? And what's the difference, and why is it so important to know the difference between them? Because you want to be effective. And then you moved on, and I said this about your first part. I said strong, clear, and focused. Your second part, when you went into describing the scenario, you did a very good job with just describing what was going on, what was the situation, where you were, who you were going to be talking to, what the concern was, and what was the outcome that you were looking for receiving with the, what is it? No, not the water guard. What is it? Beach guard? No.
Lifeguard.
Lifeguard, thank you. See, I never go to the beach. You guys should know that. I'm totally off with those kind of words. With a lifeguard. And then when the conversation started, the presentation for that was conversational, fluid, dialogue. I did not feel a moment of discomfort between you two. It was solid. For a moment, I totally forgot what my role was. And I was just listening to this one person who had such passion to be able to be out in the water, do what he does best, and feeling like, why am I limited? And I love you, Scott, in this scenario too. You held your ground. It did not matter what David was saying. And David, you brought the passion. I felt the passion. And you were like, but this, I live in it. I know better how to be on the water than walking on land. And I could feel your pain. And then Scott, you were not giving in. You really gave it to David, and you had such valid points, I have to say. You have such valid point where I was even thinking to myself, you're making this very challenging for David. But David, you held yours, and it was very beautiful to see this interaction and to see what it means to be assertive. Even though there were moments, David, that I could feel how that inner child of yours was surfacing. But I loved it because it was still not aggressive. I felt you. I felt what you really were passionate about and what you were going for. And you came through. I mean, I have to tell you, I kept going back and thinking, what can I tell you to help you evolve this even more? And I was like, I don't know, because I felt the whole thing. Mm. So thank you for this.
Thank you. Thank you, Shabnam. Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
So at this point, I like to ask my timer to give me a timer's report.
I will report on your evaluation, Shabnam. You definitely qualified. And Jeannie, could you give us our timer report for Scott's evaluation?
Yes, Scott definitely qualified. He was at 2 minutes, 26 seconds.
Thank you very much. So take a moment and vote for your best evaluator. Let me start from the beginning of the meeting. Even